Guys, huddle up. We're gonna run 35 for a while. Let's go! All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And guys, the fans always enjoy hearing stories from your playing days. Let's talk teammates. Shaq, who were your favorite guys to play with over the years?
You know, everyone loves the Shaq, and Shaq has 4 rings, but I'm saying it here.
They all
in
love
real
the
life.
Shaq.
Everybody loves Shaq.
Okay.
I'm sexy, handsome, and qualified. That's what Shaq stands
I
for.
think my question was, who were
anyway,
your favorite
conference time for these Nuggets as they come in as the visiting team. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Chicago. Oh, guys, at this point. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. So on the floor for Denver. Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Will Barton is out there with Moutier, and it's Ware in at the 3 spot. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Fareed, and he drops it in from the low post.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
With the floater, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Chicago shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Both good from the line that time. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, thanks. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Both free throws good from Fareed. Here's Rose. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that. And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Screen by Nurkic. Here's Barton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Pass to Moutier. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
The pass to the general. Wide open look. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. The Nuggets trail. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Nurkic a screen on Rose. Here's Moutier. No good. Great defense that time from Noah.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And it's Butler missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Barton. Screen by Fareed. Here's Moutier. Second chance shot. The offensive rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Back to Nurkic. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Chicago leading. Outside Rose. Here's the general. And he's good on the 3-ball. The general's got 7 points in the game. For so long, Clark, Freak has made it apparent that he wants to be a global star. Isn't that what all these guys really want? Tries to achieve that through endorsements. You wonder if he has taken some of his focus off the game.
Well, you know, it's perfectly fine for any NBA player to sign a few endorsements, but you have to make sure that the main thing stays the main thing. NBA players need to hoop more than they need to worry about.
The Nuggets trail by 3. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Bulls. The general, he's in at small forward. Pau Gasol is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Snell in at the 2. Butler dishes to Snell. Here's the general. At 3 off the mark. Nuggets shooting well, 50% from the floor. Gallinari in the corner. He nails it, and we're tied up. Gallinari's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Nuggets.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Butler, here we go. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Laverne, he's checked in for Denver. Fareed comes in for Gallinari. Moutier with the ball. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Snell. Passes it to the general. 5 to shoot to the right side. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. That's good from Gasol and the assist from Gibson. Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
Moutier kicks to Laverne. Picked his pocket. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And now a look at Emmanuel Moutier here. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 12 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Year one, he had to kind of find his way, but he seems poised to make some big strides here in his sophomore season.
Well, you know the team wants him to carve out a larger role for himself, but talent-wise, I think he's got it in him for sure.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Hits the three-point bomb. Moutier's got 7 points in the game.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Fareed against Gasol. Pass to the general. Shoots from 14. And Ware pulls it down.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time. Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
There's Snell, and Fareed sends it back. And they're able to recover. And Butler gets it to go.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He touched on his desire to see them make heavy use of the pick and roll for the rest of the game. Keep setting those screens, fellas. Those were his exact words. He also wants to see a patient offense. Work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Nuggets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. And Denver also making a switch. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Bulls trail by 3. Out to the right wing. Here's the general. Arthur grabs the board.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Barton, defended by Butler. Barton, no luck. The Bulls have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Rose passes to the general. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 10 points for Freak.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Ware kicks to Moutier. Dishes it to Barton. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Ware. And another miss by Denver.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And that one's good. The Generals got 5 points in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Out to the right wing. Here's Ware. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Noah. Coming off a terrific 16th in rebounding, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And like you said, one of the better rebounders in the league as well. Displayed a tremendous work ethic that really rubbed off on his team. You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Barton. And it's Denver scoring again. Here's Rose. He has 6. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Portis. Butler on the way. Here's the general. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Some good numbers for the general. 12 points. And he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And Denver with a change here, too. Chandler's checked in. Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Rose with the double team. Arthur with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Arthur dishes to Hickson. Misses off the right iron. The Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Feeds it to Rose. Up and in on the way. Rose has got 8 points. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And we're through the... It's been a back-and-forth game so far. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Portis comes in for Pau Gasol. The general is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Tony Snell subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Big group substitution here for Denver. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Nurkic. Laverne comes in for Kenneth Faried. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Moutier. And it's Gallinari in for Will Barton. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Laverne. He's out there with Wilson Chandler. Gallinari is out there with Hickson. And it's Ware in at the point guard position. Here's Gallinari. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Gallinari's got 7 points.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Rose attacking. We've got 1:55 left in the third. Shoots off the screen. Another one falls for Chicago.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
The Bulls leading by 4. Now the pass to the general. Kicks it to Rose. Pass to Portis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Bulls.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all.
.35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The General in at the 3. Fargo's out there with Tony Snell, and it's Hale in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. That doesn't go either for Chandler. And Chicago has possession. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Here's the General. He's guarded by Chandler.
That's his first personal foul, second team foul. Into the lineup for the Nuggets, Joffrey Laverne.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Moutier. Can't get it to fall. And so it...
Well, a nice win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the president, Derrick Rose.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
Honest answer? No, I'm not. I feel like we're a better team when I have the ball in my hands because of the way I create. Simple as that. Give me the ball, and the wins will follow.
How's your relationship with the coaching staff? Are the rumors of friction accurate?
Friction? Look, there's no friction here. I don't know where you're getting your information, but I've got a great relationship with the coaching staff here. A lot of respect for Coach, too. Anything else you think you're hearing is 100% false.
Word is spreading that you're causing some real drama with your off-court commitments, missing appearances, failing to fulfill contracts. Do you have anything to say about that?
Look, if you want to talk about my business dealings, you have to get in touch with my agent, Don Pagnotti. But you know what? Let me save you the time because here's what he'll say. No comment. It's silly to comment on stuff like that has no bearing on anything else. So please, let's keep questions on the subject of basketball and basketball only. Thank you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Boston Celtics as they go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, in comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg. Zeller comes in for Olynyk, and David Lee is subbed in for Sullinger. The Bulls also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol, and it's the general in for Tony Snell. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Taj Gibson is out there with Mirotic, and it's the general in at the 3 slot. Butler dishes to Gibson, releases. No good from the general.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Outside Rose, uncovered. The shot's good from the general. The general's got his first 2 points. 1:46 left to play in the first. Smart with the ball, working on Rose. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the Celtics making a change here. Jones is checked in. Here's Gibson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Block shot's a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Bradley, no one around him. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
And that one's good by Butler. Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Heat.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was not just aggressive, it was reckless. I mean, they approached it more like bumper cars in a game of basketball.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Celtics trail by 4. And here's Smart. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Rose, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Takes it from 10. Here's the 3. Bradley can't get it to go. Out to the right wing. On its way from Rose for 2. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like that. Or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
We've got Jared Sullinger. Smart is out there with Jay Crumb. And there's Davis, and it's Verjao in at the center. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets was a major factor. He ended with 13 13 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
Rose passes to the general. Here's Noah. Verajao grabs the board.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
A shot by Sullinger, wide open. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Sullinger's got 6. Rose passes to the general. Noah high post. Noah with a screen for Rose. And the shot falls short this time. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against Denver.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
There's the dish to Gasol. The pass to the general. He kicks it to Snell. To the inside. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And here's a look at some stats for Sullinger. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving. Hopefully, this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Anderson Verajao. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And it's Davis missing. The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. The general passes to Gasol. Now the feed to Snell. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists tonight.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Smart with the ball. It's Davis on the wing. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And the basket by Rose.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And the first half comes to a conclusion. And
Kevin, I'm here with...
Ball game on our hands as we get set for this. Davis is checked in for Boston. And the Bulls making a change here as well. The general is checked in for Tony Snell. So for Chicago right now, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's the general in at the 3 spot. Davis in the corner. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the town hard.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Here's Rose. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Rose has got 8.
How about that screen by Noah?
And Sullinger kicks to Smart. Sullinger against Gasol. Here's Crowder. Dishes it to Olynyk. And again, Boston with the triple.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Here's the General. He's guarded by Davis. The General passes to Gasol. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
That is good. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
It's stolen by Davis. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Chicago grabs the miss.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
No good from the General. Celtics leading by 9. Now here's Smart. He has 7. Here's Varejao. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Perry Jones, who's checked in for Boston. Bulls trail by 11. Gibson setting a pick for Rose. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Plays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Jones kicks to Crowder. Now Smart outside. Jones. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Jones has got his first points of the game.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
No good from the General. Celtics leading by 11. Crowder dishes to Smart. Pass to Zeller. He feeds it to Smart. From outside the arc. Can't get it to go. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Kicks to Rose. There's the pick. Here's Mirotic. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Smart passes to Zeller, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Takes the 3. And Jones pulls it down.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Got a piece of it. Here's Rose. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Rose has got 13. The fourth quarter just moments away now. And so it's the Boston.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith.
This was a complete performance we witnessed here tonight, Ernie. Hey, Shaq, check this out. On offense and defense.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, their record has fallen off the pace they set last season. No team wants to see that regression. They're looking to turn things around, and we'll see how they do tonight. Well, the Bucks had teased it during the playoffs, and finally, it's been revealed. So, what do you think, Shaq, about the Bucks' new logo?
Well, it's a sexy transition from red to gold. You know, it's pretty cool. The secondary logo, and I know this for a fact, it incorporates the state of Milwaukee. I know this, Ernie, because you're from the mean streets of Milwaukee.
I am from but it's a city of Milwaukee, not the state of Milwaukee. The state of...
Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Chicago leading by 8. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I caught up with the Bucks head coach. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, "You know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint." Makes sense, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Rivers kicks to Carter Williams and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. 8th in lowest turnovers per game, 11th in points off turnovers. And they closed out the season in the top half of the NBA in second chance points, but they were hoping to do better in that area, just didn't quite get it done.
And in terms of turnovers, I think the good ball handling and smart passes were really a key. Not a gaudy ranking, but no question, being in that top 10 helped them offensively.
He got right to the cup using that screen. Monroe's got 5 now.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Pass to the general from deep. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
They grabbed their own miss. Monroe, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Monroe's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Rose goes in. Here's the general, and he's good on the 3 ball. The general's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Parker up top. Monroe left side. Back to Parker. That drops.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the technical free throw is good. 11 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Rivers. Fires for three. Oh, and the buzzer. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
So for Chicago right now, the General in its small forward. Rose and Snell teaming up in the backcourt. Then it's Pau Gasol, and it's Hale in at the 5 spot. The Bucks trail. Passes it to Vaughn. Rivers against Rose. Here's the teardrop. They get the rebound. The score now all even. Sanders has got his second basket of the game.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Snell, that's good.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Rivers can't get it to go.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Good.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Rose passes to the General. Outside Rose. Here's the General. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 3rd assist on the night. Bucks trail by 3. Rivers with it. 17 points for him last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Rose goes in. And Gasol now top of the key. A rebound by the Bucks.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Vaughn gets the bucket. Now Rose. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And there's the pass to the General. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rose against Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly... had a brain freeze on that one. You might.
Bulls trail by 3. Here's Portis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the rejection by Monroe. Carter Williams dishes to Antetokounmpo. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And now, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. Number 1, the Bulls.
You know, Kevin, it's going to be really hard to duplicate the level of success they had in the block shots category last season. I know they'll give it their best effort, but it's hard to imagine that they could do much better than last season.
Pass to the General for the 3. That's good. The General's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Screen by Monroe. Now here's Carter Williams. Defense is right there. Parker right side. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. 8 points for Jabari Parker.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Snell, the pass to the general. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
So a tie game here. And now the start of the second half. Neither side. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Fisher's checked in for Sanders. Jabari Parker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Vaughn's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Rivers in for Michael Carter-Williams. They've got Jabari Parker. Greg Monroe is out there with Fisher. And it's Rivers, and it's Vaughn in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Bulls trail by 4. Down low. The shot's good from the general. The general's got 15 points.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Monroe down low. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Back to Rose. Here's the general. He's got 15. Outside Rose. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 11 rebounds in the game. Parker a screen on Rose. Rivers kicks to Parker. The 3. Rivers can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Inside the general. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 17 points for Freak.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Here's Vaughn. Here's Monroe. The rebound by the general.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And stolen by Fisher. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Taj Gibson picks one up.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
1:03 left to play in the third. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Rose passes to the general. Outside Gibson. He feeds it to Rose. Here's the general. He's covered by Fisher. Parker with the steal.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's the screen. And it's Rose penetrating. Passes it to the general. 6 to shoot. Rose passes to the general. Vaughn with the rebound.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Here's Parker. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And it's a 10-point Milwaukee. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter. Different look for Milwaukee. Fisher's checked in for Sanders. And it's Rivers in for Michael Carter-Williams. So for Chicago right now, the General in at 2-guard. Also Pargo out there. And it's Bairstow in at the 4. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Here's Milwaukee now. Pass to Rivers. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. "12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's the Bucks taking care of.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Greg Monroe. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game. What'd you like about his performance, Shaq?
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight, big time. They needed this sort of performance from him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
Greg Monroe was doing what he does best. He produced a massive game for them in locking down this win.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K.